Hello and welcome to another episode of Erongo Talk. I'm your host, Iréne-Mari van der Walt, and today I am joining you from the Wreck in Swakopmund. Today we will also be chatting to Raymond Spall, who is a local business owner, and he's going to tell us about starting and opening the Made in Namibia Collection shop in the time of the pandemic. So stay with us, we'll be right back. And now it is time for your news. We start today's news segment on a rather tragic note. The Erongo police are investigating a case of culpable homicide and reckless or negligent driving after 58-year-old Maria Bampton died when the car she was travelling in overturned. Deputy Commissioner Erastus Ikuyu confirmed that the accident occurred around 7 o'clock yesterday on the C14 road in the vicinity of Dune 7. The driver reportedly lost control of the Nissan Tider and it overturned in the vicinity of Dune 7, resulting in the death of one of the 5 passengers. They were on their way to Walvis Bay. A lady died while the driver and 3 other passengers sustained minor to serious injuries. The injured were taken to Welwich Hospital in Walvis Bay by EMED ambulance. The next of kin of the deceased were informed, said Ikuyu. And then in another accident, a truck driver escaped unscathed after the truck he was driving in collided with a train. The collision happened at a crossing in the vicinity of Namport's South Gate at approximately 5:55 yesterday. Deputy Commissioner Ikuyu confirmed the incident, saying that 44-year-old Jeffrey Hankuku, who is a Zambian national, was driving a truck that belongs to BHL Logistics. He was reportedly offloading copper at the harbour. Then, in a second story for today, President Hage Geingob says that the Swapo Party government has heard the complaints and challenges of the Namibian people and is actively addressing it. Geingob also challenged incoming councillors to ensure that the Walvis Bay Urban Constituency office is reclaimed by Swapo. The Swapo Party president and president of the country made these remarks at a rally hosted in Kwesipmund, Walvis Bay. Independent candidate Noli Jipinge is currently occupying the office of the Walvis Bay Urban Constituency after Afeni Ndebula joined Parliament as the Deputy Minister of Labour. Geingob told regional and local authority candidates to ensure that any seat in the hands of opposition returns to the party. That is an order. Walvis Bay Urban was stolen and it must be returned home, he said. Geingob also reminded the party candidates to be servants of the people. You need to serve the masses. Some of those who have occupied the various local and regional offices have failed because they were not in touch with the people. When I hosted the various town hall meetings, I heard from the community that they only saw some of their councillors when I am in town. We do not want that. We want, when you are going to be elected, you are becoming a servant, not a boss, he said. Speaking on corruption, Geingob said that although there is corruption, the party is not corrupt. Only individuals are accused of corruption, and some of them are in jail. Allegations that the Swapo Party or government is corrupt is distorted. That is what the opposition parties are saying. Geingob stated that the people should not resort to hurling insults, but instead talk about the issues. He also listed a bunch of development projects orchestrated by the government. And lastly, he acknowledged that there are problems in the Swapo ruling. We know that there is a problem with fisheries. We are restructuring, and we want to see that our resources go to our people. We want people in the regions to get quotas. We don't want it only to go to a few pockets, but to all our people. He said that the Swapo government is also aware of the problem concerning youth unemployment. In our third story for today, the Namibia Qualifications Authority hosts a virtual summit on the dimensions of quality assurance in education during COVID-19 on the 11th of November. In a media release by NQA, the Manager of Marketing and Communication, Catherine Shipushu, said that COVID has had a major impact on business, industry and economies in unprecedented ways with far-reaching consequences. The effects of the pandemic were also evident in the education and training sector, causing major disruptions and impacting thousands of learners as training providers that were forced to suddenly migrate to an online learning and teaching mode. She said that while interventions by government and other stakeholders are well documented, it is worth noting that the decisions made today in the context of COVID-19 will have long-term consequences for the future and quality of education. Shipushu said that the 2-hour summit brings together local and international experts and stakeholders from various organizations and groups within the broader education sector to discuss challenges experienced with online learning, particularly in relation to quality assurance, as highlighted in a survey conducted by the Ministry of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation through the NQA and the Namibia Statistics Agency. But you can read all this and so much more on our website at www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na.
With me here is Raymond Spall, small business owner in Swakopmund and the co-owner of the Made in Namibia Collection concept store right here in Swakopmund. How are you today, Raymond?
Well, very well. Yes, the other co-owner happens to be my wife, Mel,
Yes,
of
very
course.
important.
You can say that again.
Very important.
Very
You have
much.
a marriage and a partnership, a business partnership all in one. Now, Raymond, please tell us about this amazing store that you have going on here. You opened last week. What's the store about? Please tell us what's happening here.
By Namibians, for Namibians. Yeah, look, our ethos 5 years ago was sourcing locally manufactured products.
Yes.
But obviously, at that point in time, it was our core business was tourism, our core market was tourism, and so we focus on tourism. And as we all know, when the pandemic came, no tourists. And so my wife and I had to think out the box. And as you mentioned in our last interview about the innovation, one of the things which we saw coming through from many Namibians was exactly that same need. And so there was synergy out there. Things were happening out there. And so when we started doing research on Namibian products made in Namibia by Namibians for Namibians, fashion, accessories, things like that, then we thought about an idea when we saw this particular shop had opened. How can we then take the brand, the Made in Namibia Collection, increase it, grow, look for new ideas and opportunities, rise, and we thought, how about we're going to have a lot of Binnenlanders, inlanders coming in December to Swakopmund, because this is a place that's going to be happening, for sure. People are going to need to get away. South Africans as well, if the borders stay open. So we started thinking about an idea of when Namibians make something, how do they sell it to the end user? And sure, there's online. But most people like to walk into a shop and have a look and feel something and get an idea of what it's all about. So, and that's where this little idea, which a seed, grew, and here we are. This is what's happened. We've now got a place to showcase.
Exactly. Now, I know that your wife, Mel, is the brain behind the whole making of the products. Yes. But I know for a fact that as well that other artists around here, local artists, are also involved in making of the products. Please tell us about that.
Okay, well, first of all, Mel has her own little creation, and she works together with quite a few seamstresses which she's identified to help her. So she's just one entity. And then we have an additional, at this stage, I think it's 24 or 25 other suppliers within this store. And, without that diversity, without that integration, then the store would not be possible.
Exactly.
So, at the moment in the store, you will find literally, I would say 25 to 30 different individual suppliers which have supplied on consignment their products. In the store. And so cool. And it's incredible. We've got
amazing.
So much.
My goodness, that's amazing. But please tell us about the products you have here in the shop.
Well, keeping in mind Namibians, what do Namibians want? That's exactly where we've started. That was the starting point. And so we've looked at what do they need at home and what do they need for Christmas coming up. Yay, Christmas. Sure. They're going to have friends, they're going to have visitors, they're going to want for their own family gifts. So we've looked at that as the starting point. And that's when we've gone out looking for Namibian manufacturers, small, medium enterprises, artists, seamstresses. We've looked at that. And so, things like gifts for the Christmas tree, or ceramics and pottery, or fashions, or accessories to the fashions. Even somebody who's coming with braai, he makes braais and smokers and things like that. So the man in the woman and everybody, the whole family. We've looked at the entire family in this picture and looked where the gaps were and how could we fill those gaps. And interestingly enough, as we were looking and thinking about it, somebody would contact us, or we would find something. And so it was really nice to be able to work in synergy with a lot of what was happening already,
Cool, that's so amazing. Now, please tell me, other artists or product makers or whatever the case may be, is there a possibility for them to get in contact with you to also basically exhibit their products here in the store?
Of course, space. Yeah, look, by the way, one of the other products which was absolutely brilliant which came through.
Yes.
And this is one thing that we, a lot of these stores lack, and that is the traditional foods. And it's so true. We had this amazing lady from Walfish Bay, and if you got to see her, Grace, and she brought these traditional foods to us, the mapani worms and the jackaberry and the mahangu. Saima is also bringing us mahangu as well. So we can then cater for all Namibians. And this is the beauty. Okay. All right, getting back to your question about the space and can others come in and join us?
Yes.
Absolutely. We will definitely look at diversity. We're trying to, obviously there's no exclusivity.
Yes.
So we want more than just one product. We've got to give a variety. But on the other hand, one doesn't want too much. Yes. Because then too much choice is also difficult, and also you want to be fair.
Exactly.
So absolutely. If people do approach us and do bring it, we are asking a merchandising, it's called a branding space fee.
Yes.
It's for branding, for advertising, and for space within the shop. So there is a buy-in.
Yes.
It is consignment, and we're going to try this.
Cool, awesome! I'm so excited. Now, Raymond, please tell me, for the youth or the person that's sitting out there watching the show right now, and they're scratching their head like, I also want to start my business, but I don't know where to begin. What type of skills do you need to do this? What you have done here?
First of all, you need to have an innovative mind.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Then you need to look to see, what would I and my family and friends want?
Yes.
Okay, that's important. And then very, very important is quality. If you compromise in quality, if you say, well, you know what, if it's not pressed or and you have that mentality, don't get into the business.
Yes.
You have to understand that the quality is vital, and it needs to look like a professional a product at the end. It mustn't look like a home product. And there's a big difference. My wife often points it out to me. When products come in, she'll say, look at this and tell me, does it look like it was made at home or does it look like it was made in a small factory? And it makes such a difference.
Definitely.
Fortunately. And what the beauty about this opportunity is that we have a hands-on approach to this. So when we speak to our suppliers, it's great because they understand where we're coming from, the honesty. And funny enough, the moment they take it away and do something about it and send it back, you can immediately see the difference. Yes. And that's the beauty about what's nice about this whole concept.
Cool. I'm so excited. I'm hoping for a lot of feet, especially during December. Now, please tell me any last words from your side, Raymond.
Sure. The feedback has been phenomenal up until now, but we're very grateful that there's been some tourists in the country.
Ooh.
Yeah. Locals. We need locals because that's the only way we're going to make this thing work.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Now I'm so excited for the Made in Namibia Collection
So
store.
come and have a look at your Christmas shopping here first,
Yes.
please.
Please. Please, very important. You can find them at the Ankerplatz Mall, no, or complex here in Swakopmund.
Ice and Spice, one of the most famous ice cream places in Swakopmund.
So you can get some ice cream and then you can pop over.
Yeah, look,
and then...
you can even walk around the shop with your ice cream. Possibly not little ones, but, but yeah, mums and dads, as long as you can use a mop and a cloth, you're welcome.
Yeah. Moms usually carry around wet wipes, so I think we're good. No,
Talking
thank you.
That,
yes.
We're actually setting up a little table in the back where the dads and the kids can be entertained, and we've got a little drawing, sort of table.
So that's cool.
And then mums, then you can take your time
do your
and
shopping
absolutely,
and do your thing.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I'm so excited, Raymond. I'm so glad I'm here at the Made in Namibia Collection store here in Swakopmund. Anytime. Thank you so much.
And now it's time for your weather and tides. The coastal town saw low tide at about 6 o'clock this morning and high tide at about 12:30 today. Low tide expected a second time at about 7:45 tonight, and high tide expected at about 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. Your best fishing time, unfortunately, has already passed. That was between 5:30 this morning and 6:30 this morning. Walvis Bay saw sunrise at 11 minutes past 6 this morning and expect sunset at 21 minutes past 7 tonight. Maximum of 19 degrees Celsius with a northwesterly wind prevailing at 13 kilometers per hour expected for today. For tomorrow, a minimum of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius expected. Swakopmund saw sunrise at 12 minutes past 6 this morning and expect sunset also 21 minutes past 7 tonight. A maximum of 18 degrees Celsius with a northwesterly wind expected at 13 kilometers per hour. For tomorrow, a minimum of 16 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. Henty's Bay saw sunrise at 14 minutes past 6 this morning and expect sunset at 21 minutes past 7 tonight. A maximum of 19 degrees Celsius with a west-northwesterly wind prevailing at 11 kilometers per hour. A minimum of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius expected for tomorrow. Moving further inland, Aranda saw sunrise at 10 minutes past 6 tonight and expects sunset at 18 minutes past 7 tonight. A maximum of 28 degrees Celsius with a westerly wind prevailing at 15 kilometers per hour for today, and for tomorrow a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. Usako saw sunrise at 9 minutes past 6 this morning and expects sunset at 7:15 tonight. A maximum of 40 degrees Celsius with a southeasterly wind prevailing at 15 kilometers per hour. A minimum of 17 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 38 degrees Celsius expected for tomorrow. Karibib saw sunrise at 8 minutes past 6 this morning and expects sunset at 14 minutes past 7. My bad. So a maximum for today is expected to be 39 degrees Celsius with a northerly wind prevailing at 15 kilometers per hour. A minimum of 18 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 36 degrees Celsius expected for tomorrow. Lastly, Omaruru saw sunrise at 8 minutes past 6 this morning and expects sunset at 13 minutes past 7 tonight. A maximum of 38 degrees Celsius with a north-northeasterly wind prevailing at 13 kilometers per hour. For tomorrow, a minimum of 19 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 36 degrees Celsius expected. And that concludes your weather and tides for today and tomorrow.
Okay. Hello, my name is Lano Miller. I'm a world title holder in the featherweight division, kickboxing.
Hello everyone, my name is Leslie. My surname is Kwai. I'm the head coach of Kickboxing Academy.
Some grabs you on your head, on your ear, same thing. And hold both of your hands on his arm. You can pull him down so he's off balance and you can control him on the ground.
And And that unfortunately brings us to the end of another episode of Erongo Talk, but it was lovely to be with you. So don't miss us too much until tomorrow, because you can go check out our website at www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na for all the stories discussed earlier and so much more. And remember to check back tomorrow for the latest news. You can also get in touch with us for advertisement opportunities or to let us know what's happening in your community at 0811 7000 40. That's 0811 7000 40. So until tomorrow, please stay safe, please stay healthy, please sanitize your hands, wear your masks, maintain social distancing, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We are so close to beating COVID-19, but we can only beat COVID-19 if we work together now. So we'll see you tomorrow.